Hello there, welcome to the first recap video of the campaign of Dawnworld. And if people like these kind of videos, I will keep on going, so hit that subscribe button to know when the next is. And go follow our Twitch channel if you want to see it live, 12 PM on Saturdays. Thank you. Now let's get into the video, shall we?
But first, let's start with a little introduction of all the players. And the DM, of course. When we started this campaign, we were 6 in total, 5 players and 1 DM. So, let's go through these lads, one by one. Huh? I did not see you there. Fuck this intro. I am LA Serge, or Simon is my real name. I am from Sweden, like all of us, I'm pretty sure. Yep, I am 20 years old, but at the time I'm recording this video, I am in 2 weeks 21. Very nice. What do you do? I was studying and working, but now when the pandemic came, I got kicked from my work, or kinda kicked, because no one wants to live at a hotel. Understandable. Now I'm not doing very much, but I'm searching jobs and places to study. So we'll see if I can study after the summer. What do you like? I like a lot of stuff. Dungeons & Dragons is one, of course. Skateboarding. I like everything. Food. That's the best thing. And I have to meet people because I'm an extrovert. What's my character? Who's my character? My character is Captain Storm, a swashbuckling armadillo lizardfolk. So a pirate. He has a scar over the nose, 2 cutlasses he uses to fight as a pet flying lizard named Tornado. What you will learn is that one of his goals, Storm's goals, is to be rich and famous. But that's the only goal I'm telling you here. You have to watch the streams to figure out more. Or the recaps, of course, but enjoy the video.
Oh, hello there. Didn't see you there. Well, shall we introduce ourselves? Who am I? I'm Leon, and I'm currently 21 years old. As all the rest, I'm also from Sweden, and I'm currently studying to become a chemical engineer, with the occasional small jobs here and there to keep my economy afloat. Living alone has its price. A thing I like? Well, of course Dungeons & Dragons, both as a player and as a DM. I like video games, comic books, and other nerdy stuff. I also play some music with my saxophone or my bagpipes. And I get fit with tennis. And of course, what would I do without my beloved tea? Who's my character? I'm currently playing Dara Raethran. She's a half Drow, half Goliath, great old one Warlock. Try saying that 3 times fast.
Great old one Warlock, great old one Warlock, great old one Warlock.
Her patron is a mysterious entity known as the Exhibitor, and she has a familiar in the form of Florp, who can usually be seen as an owl. By the way, screw Storm for the name. She's quite tall. She's 6.5 feet tall, has dark greyish skin, white hair, and white eyes. She's married to another player character named Arisa. She's not fond of the sun due to her Drow heritage, and isn't the most physically capable. She, however, relies heavily on illusions and her mind when conflict arrives, or eldritch blasts if damage is necessary. That D10 is pretty good. Her goals are a bit mysterious, but it seems she likes to help others in need. Has your curiosity been satisfied? If not, I recommend that you start watching to find out more on Polymorphed D&D.
Hello there, I've been expecting you. What the fuck am I doing? Hello there, my name is Marcus, also known as Goblin. I'm from Stockholm, Sweden. Currently unemployed. In the end of the summer, I'm going to study game and software engineering. I like to play D&D, computer games. I also like programming, food, music, watching series and movies, everything the typical person likes. My character's name is Jaxson. He's a fallen Aasimar blood hunter from Tremera. He's a bit posh because he's a noble, and Jaxson is also a bit of a conservative, so he doesn't really like the current country that we are in. He has black hair and sharp facial features. His skin is grey and his hair and skin color changed because he became a fallen Aasimar. He also has a lot of scars from different blades on his skin and some circular burn scars. Jaxson is pretty buff. He has a really fancy glaive with gems on it, nice looking armor, and he also likes to keep up with all the new fashion. And he has a bit of a drug issue, just a little one. The thing he loves the most in the world is his own appearance. He doesn't really like to lose, so he would rather fight until he's downed instead of running away. And the last thing you know is that he's also searching for a few individuals. And that's about it, and if you want to know more about him, you should watch the other episodes or the recaps.
Alright, so, hi, I am Jacob, sometimes known as Grin, and I was asked to introduce myself for this video. And I was thinking, as the resident dungeon master and English major, what would be more appropriate than for me to write a bit of a poetic legend about myself to tell this story. So, here goes. Once upon a summer's day in northern Viking kingdom of the Swedes, a boy, the son of kindred artists' souls, was brought into the world. Alas, he had not one nation to call his home. His heart bled more than blue and gold, for half his soul did hail from foreign soil, the land of peaks and land of streams, the beautiful Republic Austria. And thus the boy was bound to roam, to always seek his second home for one rotation of the moon upon first sight of summer's blazing sun. Throughout the dawn of his young life, the boy would go where actors did perform the words of bards of the ages past. Enamored he did grow with tales of old, and found a passion for the written word. To tell more stories was his goal. At first he spun his narratives in solitude, with toys and figurines to act the scenes. Eventually the boy, now nearly man, did stumble upon like-minded souls to populate all the imaginary worlds that he with love and care had built. The years went on and crossroads lay not far ahead. A choice was to be made: advance the road of numbers and technology, or follow and pursue his love for words and tales. With his imagination now unleashed, the boy became a man and took a leap that takes us to the present day. His days now spent enjoying tales with which he grew up, while entertaining his friends with his creations on the side. So ends this tale, but more is yet to come, for his adventures are far from done.
Hello, my name is Ludvig. I am from Sweden, Stockholm, like most of the other members. I am 20 years old as of now, and at the moment I am not really doing anything. I studied this past year and haven't really decided whether to work or continue studying. My main interests, I would say, is music, food, and movies and video games. My character is Fritz Wiprecht. He is a human barbarian with a past as a farmer, or well, as a slave rather, on a farm. And his main goal really is to seek Well, he would like to settle down and live out the rest of his days in peace.
Hello, my name is William. I play as one of the party members in the Dawnworld campaign. I play the character of Arisa Raethran. Arisa is a druid of the Moon Circle, which means she can transform or wild shape into certain beasts that she knows enough about. Her race is Aasimar, Protector, which is essentially humans that have been chosen by a deity. She is married to Dara Raethran, one of the other players' characters. She comes from the land of Andronia, a kingdom to the northeast. Arisa left her homeland on a pilgrimage to see the world and discover her place within. A little about myself. I am 21 years old. I'm born in Sweden, Stockholm. I studied to become a game developer. If I had to pick one thing I really like to do, it is to experiment and discover new things. Seeing how things click and fit together. Cause and effect. Anyway, I hope you enjoy the Dawnworld campaign setting, and yeah.
So, that was all the introductions. Hope you liked it. So now on to the real recap video. Hope you enjoy. It was a wonderful sunny day in Dawnworld at the little town of Mistvale. Birds chattering and not a single cloud in the sky. We see a beige Lizardfolk walking down the road towards Mistvale. He's chatting and playing with what seems to be a flying little lizard. Before walking up to the gates of Mistvale, the Lizardfolk puts his lizard in his bag and proceeds up to the gate, where two guards are standing. After a minute or two, the gates opens, not knowing what adventures laying ahead. The Lizardfolk calmly enters the town of Mistvale. Chapter 1: A Mysterious Mist. So it all starts in a small tavern called Ecklis Revenge, owned by a high elf named Serge. Here all the players meet, and some of them starts to mingle. And after mingling and chatting a bit, Fritz wants to order something from the tavern keep, Serge. Speaking with him for a bit, he offers a deal. If you slay a very large elk that's been seen around the town, you can have as much free food as you like, and for anyone that joins. So, I'm up for that. Did someone say free food? Elk is fine, I guess. Sounds like a good deal. Good deal indeed. And the party was created. So the party headed into the forest to find this elk, found it, and killed it. After slaying the elk, they had to transport it back to Serge, met some wolves. That was no problem, and then the quest was done. Back at the tavern, everyone was enjoying their free food, and then, because it was late, they went to bed. The morning comes along. The party gathers at a table to order some breakfast. Before that, Storm set out to get some fresh air. When outside, he feels like something isn't like it was before. After a second or two, he figures it out. There's a thick layer of mist outside the borders and gates. Lads, there is smoke outside the town. Come and check it out. Storm, have you been drinking? What? No, they don't have rum here. I sure hope you haven't touched my stuff. Take my word and come, lads. Smoke and mist everywhere. Oh, you travelers haven't heard about the mist and the Ecklis. Interesting. Give me 1 second and I'll tell you everything about it. Serge proceeds to give the party some important information. Mist shows up around the town once every year during springtime, the 4 first months of the year. This time though it's quite early. It shows up the 7th day of the year, but no one knows why this is. In the mist, a so-called Eccles is wandering around and kills anyone trying to leave the town, but not enter it. The mist have a charming capability, so when walking into it, it's hard to turn back, this making it easier for the Eccles to kill the people. Other information the party also gathered without talking to Serge, that there is 3 people trying to find out who's behind the mist and the Eccles, and they have suspected Wiprecht, a quiet person who sits down at Eccles' revenge and orders something to drink every night. Also got the information that there's a place in the town that's called the Mist Brewery, who uses the charming mist into the brew, making it a delicacy, and a lot of people outside this town orders it. This sparks an idea in Captain Storm's head. He proceeds to make a plan to steal the Mist Brewery, making that he and the party will be rich forever. That's the end of the campaign. No, just kidding. If Storm didn't have these wussy co-workers, he would have been rich and lived his life happily ever after. So, after Storm's brilliant idea got denied by the party, they head out to investigate Wiprecht, the suspected Mist and Eccles creator. They try to get into his house, they try to talk to him, but none of that works. And after a while they give up and decides, we're gonna kill this Eccles instead. The party makes a half-decent plan and then decides to fight the Eccles in the mist. It's a rough fight, but they succeed in defeating it. When the Eccles dies, it turns into a glowing orb that starts floating away into the mist. Storm and Fritz starts to follow this orb. This orb leads to a cave where Fritz and Storm find some loot, and after investigating a bit, they find themselves at Wiprecht's house in a secret entrance under a rug in his house. The party gathers at Eccles' revenge and discusses what they're supposed to do the following day. They don't see the reason why they should bust Wiprecht, so instead they come to the conclusion that they leave for more adventures, because now the Eccles is dead and nothing to worry about. Next day comes along, and after packing their bags, they group at the gates. Before this, Jaxson heads into the mist by himself. There he meets the Eccles again and almost dies, but he escapes with his life barely intact. So the party decides to kill the Eccles one more time and then leave the town. But this time, when entering the mist, they run into Wiprecht instead. He tells the party why he created the Eccles and the mist. And it's because once upon a time, the Eccles was a real man named Gillenheim, Wiprecht's friend. Gillenheim was part of the Arcanum and therefore a mage. And no one liked this in the town when they got that information, so they killed Gillenheim. And now Wiprecht is seeking his revenge on the town people, and that's why the Eccles only kills when people leaves and not enters the town. The party chats a bit with Wiprecht and then asks if they can leave the town without the trouble of the Eccles. And indeed Wiprecht could make that possible. So they say farewell to Wiprecht and leaves the town looking for new adventures. Yeah, so that's the first recap video of hopefully many more to come. if you want to see more of these kind of videos, smash the like button, subscribe, and hit the notification bell, of course. If you subscribe, you will see a new video tomorrow. Follow also our Twitch channel, Polymorphed D&D, Twitter account as well, Polymorphed D&D. Yeah, that's pretty much it. Hope you enjoyed.